Right then guys, here we go. Well, what will ya? Tried to keep it as pretty as possible. I've been going around with a brush so that there's no dirty marks down the wall, so it's just easier when you come to decorate. I won't lie, I have got a few tiny trail marks. A bit of words. Scrimmer is showing there. We have a tiny little notch there and a little bit in that corner, but nothing that 50 pence worth of filler and 10 seconds of my time won't cover. Other than that guys, I think we've done a brilliant job. For someone that doesn't do it every day, if you do this every day, you should be amazing at it. You'd be expected to be amazing at it. But I believe, nicely, for a chip that does it every 6 months, we've got a handle on the situation, I think. Right guys, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you watching. Subscribe for more, smash the like button, and comment below if there's anything you'd like to see me do. I now need to try and do a hand-cut dovetail joint using a coping saw for moto. Thanks for watching guys. See you in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye. Right then guys, welcome back YouTube. Another day, another dollar. We are on site. It is Wednesday and this is my first day and first time fitting a DIY kitchen. So stay tuned for more if you want to learn more about DIY kitchens. I've heard nothing but good things about them. A lot of DIY friends have asked me what do I think of them, and I've said, mate, honestly, I don't know. I've never worked with one. So I've seen this opportunity and I've taken it to work with this one. So watch out DIY kitchens. You're going to get hopefully a good review. So you're a DIY kitchen fitter. The first thing you want to do is, let me get organised. The best thing you can do as a DIY kitchen fitter is to print off your plans. So that one, you know what it looks like, and then two, you've got all your measurements. And then is what we do is we go around. Be very careful to not read wall measurements and mistake them for the bottom unit measurements. So for example, look at stuff like this. I mean, for context, normally wall units and base units all want to be in line so that you've got that line of symmetry when you look up at them. You don't want to see a 300 here and then like a 300 and a 300 and a 600 at the bottom. You don't really want to see that. Or like a 200 and a 400 and a 600 at the bottom or something. You don't want to see stuff like that. You want to be seeing lines of symmetry. So enough with that. First things first, I like to go around and I pick a corner. Pick the hardest corner and start in the hardest place so that you can finish somewhere easy. I've actually already gone round this morning and marked out. So I have 600. Right on the walls, guys. You're never going to see it once the kitchen's in. 600, 600, 600. Be careful not to miss things like this. Be careful not to miss stuff like this, like the 19. That's because there's a end panel, decor panel go in there. Then a 600 appliance, and then above is the 600 fan abstractor. Right, probably chewed your ears off. Make sure you click subscribe and stay tuned for uploads on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Click the like button if you like this, and yeah, I'm going to get into fitting this DIY kitchen. I'll see you in the next one. Another really helpful tip that I can give you guys is you can't help it. It comes off the van how it comes off. So don't make it awkward for the van driver's life. But once it's off the van and on your driveway and been delivered, try and pack it away in an organised manner like you would your shopping. When you're putting it away in the fridge, try and organise it so that you can pull it out of the garage in an organised manner. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but the more organised you can be, the more efficient you can be, the better your job will go. So once you've received delivery, you start to fit, count the units, look for the numbers, work out the spacing, and they are, in fact, really easily labelled right there. And somewhere on another piece of paper, I've got a labelled drawing which explains where they go. I'll explain that in a minute. But the next thing that I like to do is I set all my feet up. So once you've got your units and you know which one you need and you've pulled out the right one, we take it inside and then we set the feet up. So when it comes to fitting these feet, right, looks like these go in and then yeah, they twist. Bosh, locked in. They're nice and big and chunky. I quite like that. Brownie Point DIY kitchens. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. That didn't sound good. That still works. There we go. So they're in. So once we've got the unit in, we set up the legs. These push down and then twist. Only about 10 mil and then that's it. They're locked in. They won't come out forevermore. The next little helpful tip, go and measure your upstand on your plinth. Right then guys, so now I've come to the garage, I'm coming back here, and our upstand is 150mm. So I'm going to wind my legs out to, I don't know, 6 inches, just above 150mm. In fact, I'm going to check my floor first. So before I go adjusting things, I just want to check. That is pretty good. That is really good. I mean, it slopes that way slightly, but that's pretty good. Yeah, so now then, let's wind these out to 6 inches. In fact, I'm going to go 10mm higher, and then I can always drop down, given that that's running out and getting tighter. So all I'm doing, guys, is I sit my tape behind, press it hard up against there, make sure you guys can see, and then my 160 mark, boom, lovely. So with another unit, I did previously show you guys how you can stand these up 160mm with the Makita radio being like 180mm. But given that you guys are DIYers, I'm going to show you a different way that may help you. Let me think about this. Right, so that is the back, so you don't ever want to roll onto your front. And note, with this DIY kitchen, it is set up wonderfully. I've just noticed you can leave your unit in its protective packaging for as long as possible. So I'm going to do this down here, like so. Then is what I suggest is find that pinch point, and I'm just going to come in there and lift. Now, granted, you're going to have to be very strong to do that. And I'm not saying, ladies, you can't do it. That's the kind of method I would say to use, or cut yourself some kind of block that is about 180mm. Then once it's on its legs, do your best. You don't want to drag it too much because you don't want to weaken the legs. They shouldn't break, they shouldn't get weak, but just want to do your best to avoid it. So this one is coming here, so be very careful not to damage nothing when doing this. And you guys at home will probably be using a pair of scissors. Always, 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 I'm sure the ladies that watch this will already have this planned out, but always be ready with a bag to clear up behind yourself. So if you clear up as you go, you don't have to spend half an hour at the end of the day undoing all the mess you made. Lay these flat in the garage. Right, we're back. Look at that, I like that. Now, without a doubt, the easiest way to lift these is to put your knees in the front and to just shrug with your shoulders and just lean back. Not so you fall over, but so that you just lifted it and then you do a little dance like that. Just gonna sit that in place for the moment. Then I will come back to leveling it in and where we go from there. Next on the list, 8, drawer pan. Number 8. Wonderful. Right, front. One downside to DIY kitchens. My first downside, and it's not big negative, it's just a negative for me because I'm doing this on my own. If you're a DIY kitchen fitter, you're perhaps doing this with a friend or a partner. This drawer unit is completely assembled. The whole thing is in here. It's going to be pretty heavy. Right, I've just switched mics. I've gone to the one on my chest now. Turned away from the Rode mic so you can hear me clearer when I explain this. First negative of the day. The drawer pack has all the drawers in it, making it extremely heavy. So it's not a massive negative. To DIYers, you probably like this because they're all set out. But to me as a tradie, it means I've now got to lift more weight further. So it's not a massive moan, but it's my first little negative. I'm sure if I wanted to undo all the packaging and, I then risk damaging it, if I was to undo all the packaging, I'm sure I can take the drawers out. It's not the end of the world. So please, that's not a massive negative. But yeah, obviously DIYers, you're perhaps working with your wife, your girlfriend, or your mates are helping you. You'll be fine. But to us tradies that work solo, like Jason Derulo, just makes our life harder. Let's get this one in. So I've flipped this one up the right way round. That's the face, this is the back. It's on its plastic feet. It's not ideal to do this, but we're outside, so we're on tarmac. Just going to drag it. You're not going to damage anything. It's got massive plastic feet, blocks that the feet screw into. And no, I want to drag it and not... Yeah, we want to drag it and not pull it. Push it, sorry. We don't want to push it. Now I've got to be careful of the door. We was all alone, but I've just seen trouble turn up. Right, let's flip this onto its back. Always roll onto the back, never through the face, because you're just asking for trouble. But they are very well protected, these faces. Like you can see, that is a separate packaging to the outer carcass packaging. 10 out of 10 for that. Get me some more legs. Shout out to JRW Plumbing and Heating. John is about to enter the building. It's about to get lively. He's going to get on the beers, son. Shout out to John's kids. Dad's about to be on the TV. Say, hey mum, look, Dad's on the TV. Bosh. Now this one to stand up is going to be very, very difficult, so I think I will use my dear friend John to help me. You'll be heard regardless.
I don't need to be on your videos.
Say, hey kids,
no.
Dad's on TV.
I'm not.
Right, nice one, John. Thank you. Right then, break them off. Always clear up. I'm going to put my bin bag in that unit for the mow. Stack these in here. Right, now then. Right then, guys, now that we've got our unit in. Right then, guys, now that we've got this unit in, and thanks to John, we've stood it up, we can now, in fact, I need to slide it into position. Ignore that bottom pipe. I only need to chop away this one. Same again. Right, slide it into place. Or lift it, I should say. Where's that electrician cable? Right, that's there. So that is these two units stood in place. Next, I need number 9 in here. Here we go again.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow.
John, I just nipped up the shop and he asked me for a big old can of Red Bull. And he said, and any bar of chocolate, big old fat bar of chocolate. So we got him. I'm gonna leave that there on the window and I'm gonna leave that on and we're gonna catch him when he walks in. He'll probably swear and we'll bleep it out.
Said by one, what's going on? Why am I wet? Girl, that's rain. Where's Charles gone?
There we go, baby. We got you a large bar of chocolate and a large Red Bull.
What?
Got you a large bar of chocolate, mate, and a large Red Bull. Oh my god.
Oh,
It's special.
Huh?
It was in the Easter aisle, so I thought, what can I get? That's ridiculous.
I've done that one. So you're good there.
Yeah, you're cool, man. Nice one. Crack 'em on your clock. Cheers.
Lovely bit of squirrel jacket. How do you want me to leave these? Not that you probably mind, but how do you want them left? Should I just point into the room?
Yeah, just point them in the room. And then when you're ready, like, I'll keep working round and I'll get that unit sorted.
A few moments later. 20 minutes later. Several days later.
Right, hot and cold and waste and waste. I've got to get a waste of tea in there.
I mean, like I told these, I mean, this is if animals, if a horse or pushes.
But I can do that after. Do the stopcock next, so it's done. Link that up. I've got a new elbow to go on there with a new service valve.
I've had to got that green lane when I was Simon. They put masks on.
Join up from here somewhere. Where's your next cupboard full?
It's all about arguing about it. Found on a map too, just to go off the subject.
On that seat at the top.
There, that way. So that's in the other cupboard, so you might have to leave
This back and forth with John went on for quite a while, so I felt it best we just proceed and crack on.
I hate with a passion change in these. If I can avoid it, I will. Right,
Let's see if we can explain this very well. Might need to change where you are. Let's bring you over here to a place like this. Will that stay? Yeah, I think that will stay. That does look pretty good. Let's twist that there. There we go. Now that's looking better. Right, if you don't have one, I highly recommend one of these 24-inch like Magnuson squares. When you've marked everything out on your walls, so I know for this kitchen that I am, get it right, 1138, and I've marked my centre. Bosh. I then square that up with this on the corner, and by doing so, this allows me to basically, that lines that up there with that mark on the wall, and I've got that side of the carcass, that side of the carcass, there's the centre, that's the big C. John, my man, has done his C, his centre for his pipes, so trying to line these up now, that's going to be pretty self-explanatory, 32mm wide, 32mm wide. I now need to work out for this, which is annoying, coming in the bottom. So is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go like this. So I've got that mark there. I also need to remove the bottom drawer, the shelf from the bottom. And then I shall measure from floor to the centre of this, but that's not from the back of this to there. That is from this back edge, which I'm going to fix and touch against the wall, to the centre of where that pipe goes. Stay tuned. Right then guys, we've finally done it. It's been a bit of a kerfuffle, but basically because this is at an angle where it's been previously plumbed in, we've had to just make a hole big enough so that it clears there and then clears up here, so I've just had to notch that corner off square. It's been a bit of a nightmare. We're now up here on our centre line and we're all the way back, so then when I'm doing these holes, I'll be honest, I sometimes, you guys won't be able to see, will you? I sometimes look from underneath and then try and measure and go up, but it's not always possible. So failing that, you can always measure off the back wall to your point, but then when the carcass is away, just remember whatever the distance is there at the back to take that off. So yeah guys, looking smart. That's the hardest part done, I believe. Next is this unit. End of the episode today, guys. John, as much as he said he's reluctant to change stopcocks, check back. There's a brand new shiny brass stopcock on there. If the customer asks John to do something, he absolutely does it. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. And please be aware, DIYers, I don't recommend disconnecting the stopcock and playing around with the stopcock. You may know where to isolate the water in the road, but once you've isolated it, because something's gone wrong with your main stopcock, then what are you going to do? You're then without water to your house, you can't drink water, you can't shower, you've got no heating. Or you might not have any heating, you might have heating if you've got a pressurised system, unvented system. Yeah, I just always call a plumber if you're going to play around with the stopcock and get those guys to help you fit that with your DIY kitchen. But honestly, nothing but good things to say about this DIY kitchen, so stay tuned for more. If you would like to see how I've done the ceiling, go back on the channel, go to playlists, click on plastering, and you'll see how I went over that Artex. And stay tuned for more, because I've got more information, tips, tricks, how I do things, what I do to get around things, and all that good, juicy information that tradies probably are never going to tell you, because it stops you guys having the information, doing your job yourself, which I'm happy to give you the information. I can give you all the information in the world. I can't give you my skill set and my years of experience. But anyway, If you've enjoyed today's video, pretty please click subscribe, ring the little bell and stay tuned for upload notifications. And also smash the like button. That doesn't necessarily help me out, that just tells your For You page that you like watching people fit kitchens. And with that, you'll see more kitchen fitting. But also coming up on the channel, guys, I've got a load of chipboard here and I've got a load of joists. As of tomorrow, I'm going to start insulating, joisting and decking a loft for, boarding a loft job is what I'm doing tomorrow. Then I've got lots of doors over the weekend, and then I'm on a contract next week. And yeah, I thought I haven't engaged with you guys much, so I thought, yeah, I'd just interact with you guys and end the video like this and just say thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys that make it this far. If you've made it this far in the video, drop a comment below and say pineapple. Pineapple's my safe word.
My safe word is pineapple juice.
Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end the video here. Stay tuned for more. Check out the rest of the channel. Scroll through the playlists. The rest of my socials are linked at the top of the channel. There's a Discord that's free to join and free to leave. You can ask me any questions if you get stuck with something. And there's other chippies on there, and an electrician and some other trades on there as well, I think, that might be able to help you out. So yeah, consider checking out all the links at the top of the channel. If you click on more, there'll be a drop down bar. Feel free to browse. Right, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace. Bye bye.